I think you're on. All right, August 5th. It's 10:21 Mountain Time, Salt Lake City time. I just finished putting reefer in the reefer fuel in my reefer unit. I've done DEF. I'm all fueled up. Everything. I've got 3 things to do: DEF, tractor fuel, and refrigerator fuel. When I say reefer, I mean there's all sorts of meanings for reefer, I know, but I mean refrigerated trailer. So I carry refrigerated foods. I'm a reefer truck driver. But I don't smoke pot. I don't drink. I work for a Mormon company, and I'm not Mormon, but my name is Young. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do very much, so I might as well be Mormon. So, so it worked out well that way. And Young, I think Brigham Young is a very big, Mormon icon, whatever. So I think there's a lot of Youngs in this area, and I'm Young. And it could be why I was hired here. I don't care. Sounds fine with me. Whatever got me here, because I love this company. So what I'm doing now is I'm starting my trip, and I got something in my eye. So online, my driver tech I showed you earlier, I'll get the camera out later and do this a little bit more tomorrow. But now I'm going to do, they want you to do a pre-trip, which I already did. I didn't show you that either. I mean, well, I've been doing pre-trip for the last hour, which is, pumping up my tire pressure and fueling up and checking my seal, checking the tires, checking around, walk around the trailer. I tried to wash the trailer and it didn't work out. It's got some caked on kind of dirt. Might have to pay for somebody in Tracy. There's a truck wash there. I already mentioned this. Just pay them to try to really scrub this clean, because it's a big deal to have nice, clean looking equipment for the company, and for me too, and just to have the pride, have pride in your truck, and keep it clean. So pre-trip means I get online and I say I do the pre-trip, and I enter a DVIR, and I don't know what that stands for, but it just says I've checked the trailer and the trailer's okay. And just being in compliance with all the, I think they're called CSA guidelines and rules and everything like that. And it's important. It's important. Safety is, I could do fuel efficiency till the cows come home. And I could do everything else and save the company and a lot of tickets and everything. One accident, I learned, the trucking company I went to, it's called Area Truck Driving School. It's in Santa Clara. It's near San Jose, California. I really wanted to be a trucker badly. I got on the, I'll tell you this story later, but I actually, rode my bike. I got up at 4 in the morning every morning for 4 weeks, rode my bike to the Caltrain, and put my bike and myself on the train to get down there for 7 a.m. class start. And I did that every day for 4 weeks except for the weekend. So, and I didn't miss a day, and I was very good and did very well on all my tests and everything. I was just very appreciative to have the opportunity to go to trucking school and to have an opportunity to have a career in trucking. So I really wanted to do this. But my trucking school was very big on safety, and I really liked that. I mean, we didn't even touch a truck until the second week. The whole first week was on safety, and it was in the classroom. And he was right. This guy was right. He said he worked for a lot of companies, and safety is a big deal. You can be the most fuel efficient driver and the safest as far as not getting tickets and get there on time and all this stuff, but one accident, and that costs the company so much in reputation and just everything, and insurance, and just, you don't want any accidents. Accidents are the most important, or the most expensive thing for any company. So I get that, and I get why we have a huge safety department here. Not huge, but they really get on you for everything. They know anytime. My company has a policy where you can't do more than 80 miles an hour ever, even if it's the speed limit. But you got to do the speed limit. But once you hit 80, if you're going downhill and you hit 80, you got an email immediately. Talk to me, and then you're put on probation, and they just, no way. Not even for 1 second. So you got to keep that speed down. You got to keep safe, and it's important. I understand that, because that's a big deal. If you can focus on safety and have safe drivers, you're going to save a lot of money and reputation and everything in the long run. So safety is a big deal. So I don't mind being compliant, and I don't mind all their rules, and I'll follow them to a T just to be safe. But right now I'm going to I'm getting on my little computer and I'm saying I'm ready to go. So I go to, and there's certain things I do. I'm going to add duty status. There's just computing I'm doing here. And I just love this computing. I just love that everything's on the computer. I mean, it's just perfect for me because I don't like paper, as I said before. So I'm submitting that I've done my pre-trip, and I'm adding a DVIR, which means I've inspected my trailer, trailer number 7314. Yes, it's ready. There's no defects found, and I'm just certifying this that everything's ready to go. And now I do one more thing, the trip info 7314, and now I'm ready to go. I've done all my pre-trips. I've entered all my pre-trip information in the computer. It knows what trailer I am. They know what trailer I'm hauling. And my reefer is set 55 degrees for chocolate. The reefer should be okay. I think it's a 30-gallon tank. I can't remember. It's like 25 or 30-gallon tank. And depending on what I'm hauling, 55 degrees is nothing. 55 degrees on and off, start, stop, meaning it'll get up to 60 and then it'll turn on and go down to 55 and then turn off. And, you know, it's called start, stop at 55 degrees. I just filled it. That'll go for 4 days like that. Now, frozen French fries or frozen meat, -10, you know, something like that. And if you have to put it on continuous, which means the refrigerator runs constantly, you got to check that refrigerated unit, that fuel every day. You're going to run out of fuel really fast if you don't pay attention to that. So every time you stop and every time you fuel up, you're also fueling up the refrigerated unit. So it depends on what you're hauling and what temperature it's set at, and if it's on continuous or start stop. The only thing we have that's set to continuous is produce. That's at 36 degrees. That's just above freezing. Freezing is about 34 or 32. I'm a scientist. I should know this. Water freezes at 32. I should know this. So we keep it right at 36. So it's not, you don't want to freeze the fruit. That's bad. But you want to keep it as cold as you can without freezing it. And it has to be set at continuous. So all of our produce, like I just hauled some cantaloupe and honeydew melon. Oh, it was so good. At the place that I loaded, I bought some. Sometimes they give you stuff, but it's just 50 cents or whatever. And I was eating, and it was good. And it's made my trailer smell good, too, when it unloaded. Oh, it smelled so good. It was very fresh in Central California. I loved hauling that. That smelled good. But it's on your reefer set as 36 degrees, not freezing, close, very cold, and continuous. And ice cream is set that way too, continuous, and a few other things, but most everything else is start, stop, and within a range. You know, the frozen meat -5 or -10 at start, stop. Anyway, I'm gonna get moving. Toodaloo. So I'm gonna get moving. I am in Salt Lake City. My driver tech has a GPS on it. It just tells me where to go. And right now I'm gonna drive for at least 4 hours. I need to do 4 hours today because it's about a 14, yeah, I need to do 4 hours today so that it's one shot into California tomorrow without having to stop again for another 10-hour break. So if I do only 2 hours tonight, then I'm not going to make it on time. I have to do, you know, or I could sleep tonight and drive up tomorrow and then do, well, anyway, it's just a little bit of thinking about the time. If I were tired, I would just not drive at all. So it's bad right now tonight to just drive for 2 hours. Well, yeah, to just drive for 2 hours would be a mistake. So I either drive 0 hours, get some sleep, and start fresh tomorrow and drive a full 11 hours and then wake up and get it, you know. So you have to time your trip. And you can't just drive whenever you want to. You kind of have to think about being in compliance. You have to think about how to get the load there on time and plan it out. Because you can't just drive and just say, okay, I'll drive until I'm tired. So I know tonight I'm fully awake. Driving till 2 or 3 a.m. is quite common for me. It's like kind of a nice schedule. I love going till 3 or 4 in the morning and then sleeping in late. So that's kind of perfect. It's 10:30. I'll drive till 2 or 3. Perfect. I'll find a truck stop along the way, and then tomorrow it'll be just a nice 10-hour drive down into Hayward, into California. And my load is only due Tuesday morning at 7 a.m., but I don't like being too far away from my load either, driving in. Like, I don't want to do an 11-hour day with 1 hour, you know, with like a 1 hour buffer to get there in case there's traffic. Anything could happen. You can stop at a scale. So I like to get there like the night before if I can, and then I'll, you know, I'll unload, and my 10-hour will be done, and I'll be ready to get a new load and start my new day. So, yeah, I'll get there. It's Sunday night. I'll get there Monday night after, Monday night late, 2 or 3 in the morning. Okay, and the reason I'm telling you all this is I'm shutting down. Well, because there's no light, and I can't drive with the light on, so you can't see my face. Tomorrow. I'll bore you tomorrow. Okay, so it's just a new toy. I love this. This is so great. It's a great idea, by the way, because it gave me the idea to actually get a camera and do this after this is done. I might ask to buy this camera if I can, and actually hook myself up to a website permanently, so my kids can just go on a computer and see what mom's doing, or they'll look in the truck and they'll see there's nobody here. I'll just keep the camera on 24 hours and just talk when I feel like it or whatever, and it would be great. Then my kids could look, and if there's nothing here, that means I'm either in the sleeper berth, or I'll put a little sign up, in the sleeper berth, or I'm out fueling, or something like that. It's a great idea. I'm glad I got involved with this project, and I read more about it. You guys are this company from Tennessee and all that, so I'll read more about it, but I'm glad you got me involved in this, because I'm going to continue blogging and put up a webcam after this is done. It's a great idea. So, and I'm very excited about this, and I'm having a hard time shutting you down. I'm going to shut you down because, well, why not run it 24? Well, somebody's going to have to watch it 24. And tomorrow I'll tell you all about whatever you want to know. I'll do my little assignment and everything. Okay? So, good night. I'm shutting you off all the lights, and I'm heading toward, well, my GPS works while I'm on the road, so that's the good thing. My email, there's certain things that don't work while I'm on the road because you're not allowed to read stuff. It's very dangerous. But one thing that does work while you're rolling is the GPS. I could find, while I'm rolling, I don't have to find a place right now. I'll see how I feel in 4 hours, if I want to go further or not, and I just press and it'll find me all sorts of truck stops or around a city, or it's great. The GPS is wonderful. So good night. I'll log in tomorrow after I get to bed, or I might log in just before I get to bed. Okay, talk to you later. Bye. Off. Okay.